Yo, what's up guys? It's SJKim commentating for the lazy YBK here. So okay, on this side we have Rota as the blue Protoss, and we have the red Protoss player YBK. Now YBK is quickly going for a fast pylon, I see, and so is Rota, except this time it looks like Rota is getting ready to commit some cheese. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Meanwhile, on the other side, the pylon is still being built, and these probes, he's playing, looks like YBK is playing a pretty standard game, except for defending the other player, which is actually me, by the way. I take credit for offending Rota. Okay, anyway, now, it looks like a gateway is going to be built here, and a pylon here. Could this be a proxy gateway? We don't know yet. Meanwhile, a forge is being built and a probe is set. Oh wait. What is YBK up to? And it looks like with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a cheesy game. Get ready for a cannon rush. Meanwhile, Rota gateway has just finished up, as well as one of the two simulators. Actually, both of these simulators. And once again, the probe stares off into the wilderness, not doing anything. Anyway, meanwhile, looks like a bit of inefficiency with this mining. Looks like it might be a bit of a problem for YBK if he doesn't address it immediately. And the pylon is built. Does Rota see it? Can Rota see it? And Rota doesn't know it's there. Okay. So Rota still does not know about these two pylons. Meanwhile, a gateway is... Wait, no, not a gateway. Oh yeah, actually, yes, a gateway. It's being built to follow up the camera. But finally, Rota, looks like this photon cannon went way too far forward. And Rota is quick to annihilate that probe, taking out the photon cannons with it. But this will slow down Rota's economy by quite a lot. And cancelling these two photon cannons means that in total, Yumbom lost nearly 300 minerals, but Rota lost a bunch of mining pounds. Meanwhile, another gateway is being built, and the Zealot is currently in production. Let's have a look. Right now, Yumbom's economy is far superior at the moment. Well, yeah, YBK's economy is far superior at the moment, but looks like Rota is first to build an army unit with a sentry coming in, zapping at that pylon. 14 probes versus 21 probes leaves YBK at quite an economic advantage, but it's still important to note that YBK is quite far behind in terms of resources after losing so many in his failed rush. Meanwhile, Rota's economy is slowly recovering, and the probe looks like he has built a robotics facility, a proxy robotics facility. This is going to be one cheesy game. Meanwhile, YBK is assembling forces comprising of zealots and stalkers in hope of restoring the pride that was once in his glorious empire. And he expands the nearby bases, hoping to acquire the material there, also taking down his worst enemy, the Rock. Well, actually the unbroken thing, but you know, same thing. Meanwhile, Rota is seeking revenge and has built a robotics bay. Will this be for upgrades or to build colossi out of these two proxy robotics facility? We do not know yet. Meanwhile, Yumbom's probes are at work. mining the minerals necessary to carry on Young Bomb's sneaky schemes. However, for the first time, Rota has surpassed Young Bomb's probe count. However, lacks far behind the army with only 2 sentries compared to 4 Zealots and 6 Stormtroopers. The necklace is finally done. And finally, Young Bomb can get the power of not 1 mining base, but 2 mining bases. But he still does not know about these 2. Building Immortals, getting ready to charge upon his base. Now, Immortals can tank a lot of damage up, and if used correctly, they can cause devastation to the Empire of YBK. And we speed up the pace. So far, the robots have been used, but Immortals are finally in production, and now we finally know the purpose of the robotics bay. It is to unlock the disruptor. Meanwhile, his sentries have finally arrived and are preparing an assault on YBK's empire. Meanwhile, probes are in production here, and YBK's economy begins to rise. But just as that is being done, Rota is finally grasping his second base, although he still lacks in the same macro. However, over on this side, it looks like a battle has begun, and it looks like that, or just maybe YBK might win. However, the table turns when Purification Nova has wiped out YBK's sentries, but he still has 4 Zealots, right? Can he win? These Purification Novas wreak havoc among YBK's troops, and although these disruptors may have to go into hiding for a while, YBK has been set quite far behind by this attack, and his entire army is annihilated. These disruptors may be the key to Rota's victory, but YBK is not yet lost. He swarms in more Zealots, hoping that that cooldown might be of his advantage. Meanwhile, his Dark Shrine is finally done, and it seems that YBK is planning to use Dark Templar. Meanwhile, not much is happening in Rota's base, his economy starts to drag along. However, YBK's 5 Dark Templar begin to have and although otherwise YBK might have been defeated, these 2 Dark Templars might very well be the same Dark Templar who wins this battle. Oh no, they start to lose our road. But thankfully, these carry on going fine, and his second nexus is destroyed. However, at the same time, Purification goes missing, and the cannon rush from Rota has failed. However, production is still in progress, and Rota hopes to retake this planet for himself. Meanwhile, probes go to work, and finally Rota's economy is beginning to be managed. Disruptors and Immortals begin to re-arrive, and Dark Templar are in production as well as Immortals. And the very thing that might change the game, air units. You have to examine that Rota's army is primarily anti-ground, and if there was a void ray in progress, Rota would have no means of stopping it. However, a base has been built right next to YBK's base, and YBK still has no idea. Finally, Rota's army approaches and begins to wreak havoc, but His void ray has been completed. YBK still does not know and how he could prevent it. Shot after shot is planted into the base, and it looks like YBK's empire might be destroyed before good. This is around here. YBK finally uses the secret void core. With now anti-air units, Rota falls back, and Phoenixes are destroying disruptors. Immortals fall into deadly dark. The pylon is destroyed. Yes, YBK still does not know of the secret base right on his doorstep.
Our pylon is under attack.
Meanwhile, Dark Templar from YBK himself has been spawned in Rota's base and have wreaked havoc among lines. Now, this base here is all that Rota has left, and Rota will do anything in his power to defend it, including a great However, these cannons will trade with Dark Templar, wreaking havoc on and just like that, Rota's final base is under attack, with nothing to prevent the void ray to attack it. The forges losing health, and extremely massive attack until the game Rota for Rota. And just like that, after a successful defeat of Rota's forces, a successful Dark Templar push from the inside of the base, YBK's empire claims one planet more.